Well, hello. Welcome to Jeffrey Hall, home of the Kaisai Central Office here in Nashville, Tennessee. My name is Sam Bessey. I'm the Executive Director of Kaisai, and I'll be your host for this 179th celebration. You know, most years we hold our family reunion during the summer, and it's called convention. As you're well aware, we decided not to meet in person in 2020. So we didn't meet in Boulder back in July, but over the next few hours, we are going to do our very best to replicate the fellowship that we enjoy typically at the formal banquet of convention. We're going to celebrate Alpha Psi Delta's centennial, and we're going to present our annual awards. And I think we're going to have a little bit of fun along the way. Before I go any farther, I know some of you are watching on YouTube or Facebook, and some of you are watching on the platform that we're using for this presentation. It's called Ulimi. It's the same platform we used for our business session of convention back in July. Some of you will remember that. The Ulimi platform provides the opportunity for both sessions like this, where group or big presentations. It also provides the intimate social interaction, which some of you just participated in, and we'll do in a little bit as well. We couldn't be more pleased with the Ulimi platform. And my thanks to all of them for helping us through this. In particular, I want to thank the leader of the Ulimi team, Nick Dokic, former Central Office staff member, Sigma 12, and Casey Dixon, Pi Delta 13. But I thank the whole Ulimi team for everything they've done for us. I also thank the current Central Office staff for putting up with me and for helping me put this together today. My fellow presenters that you'll see in a little bit, and the folks who worked real hard to put together the pre-recorded videos that you will see in a little bit. While the expense of holding this convention is very different from the expense of holding an in-person convention, it does cost something. And I want to thank all of you who paid the voluntary registration fee to help underwrite this event. Those folks are identified as event sponsors on the Ulimi platform. When you go back, if you're on the Ulimi platform, when you go back to your rooms to socialize, please tell them thank you. Really appreciate what you all have done. And don't worry, it's always a good idea to make a gift to Kaisai, which provides a gentlemanly education unlike any other. And it's easy to give. If you go to the website, there are buttons for giving to the trust or the fraternity. There are also buttons to do that on the Ulimi platform. And if you give to the trust, you're going to help us meet Denny Sanford's $10 million challenge. Denny's mantra is aspire to inspire before you expire. He's certainly done that, and I hope you will all follow his lead. Thank you to the undergraduates, alumni, and friends of Kaisai who give their time, talent, and treasure daily to strengthen our bonds of brotherhood throughout the year. Really, really appreciate it. A program for this 179th celebration was emailed to you if you registered, and it's also available on the Ulimi platform, and I encourage you to reference that so you know what's coming up next. In a few moments, if you're on the Ulimi platform, you're going to be invited to go back to the rooms to socialize with the other folks that are here. Those of you that have been to convention before know that we assign seats at the formal banquet. and we don't have banquet table request form anymore because we know our family. We know where you want to sit. And so we've taken the liberty of assigning you all into rooms based on our knowledge of our people. However, you should feel free to roam around and see who is here and go to any room you like. If at any time you need help, the best option is to use the chat feature in the Ulimi platform, and one of the Ulimi team members or central office staff will help you. I know we've been putting JJ's phone number up there. Previously, if you registered, you received AJ's phone number. Don't text AJ because he's standing right there and using his phone to help me with this presentation. So he's not going to respond to your text, but JJ will. So reach out to JJ and he'll help you. All right. One of my favorite parts of the banquet each year is when we celebrate the number of conventions that folks have been to. We could all use some grace in 2020, God knows. So we all get to count 179 as a convention we've attended. Everyone that registered was encouraged to share their number of conventions, and staff has compiled that information for me. So here are some of here's some of your numbers, and I'm sorry if I miss you. First, if this is your first convention, I'm sorry. I promise it's better in person. Maybe there is a donor or some donors on this watching this now who will enable the Educational Trust to send all of you, or at least make it possible for all of you who are supposed to go to Boulder to go to Eugene next summer. Wouldn't that be nice? We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully you all are in a position to go, and hopefully we can be in a position to send you. But without further ado, here we go. So if you've been to your first convention, thank you for being here. I hope you come back. Attending their second conventions, we have Jessica Moore, Alexander Alberg, Young Master Alberg, Cameron Elder, Richard Burns. It's about time you've been to your second one, Richard. Casey Dixon, Cameron Herrera, Laura Hess. Second convention, we must have done a good job with your first one. You came back. Thank you. Third convention, Drew Marshall, AJ Hannon, Bilal Shalash, Anya Yamalanova, sorry, Anya, Andy Buglewitz, and Neil Rushforth. Neil, thank you for everything that you've been doing, the work that you've been doing on the Zeta Delta Lodge since that building was bought by the Zeta Delta Corporation. Thank you very much for all that. Fourth conventions, Kelly Manzer, new trustee Doug Basile, council member Dave Woodruff, Paul Parks and Bert Johnson, who are both corporation presidents for Zeta Delta and Sigma, and Jeff Ball, who's the alumni president for Chi Delta, and Herb Dunmeyer. Hello in Palo Alto to you. Glad you're here. Fifth convention, Adler Rosenberger, central office staff member, friends for a long, long time, John Culp and Mark Day, who's on the executive council, and my boss, Kurt Wells, also number 5 for you. Number 6, conventions for Steve Habit, Dr. G, member of the council, Drew Johnson, sorry about Ole Miss today. 7th convention for Bill Royce, Christine Clifford, and Bill Sposato. 8th conventions for Kyle Phillips and Matt Hess. 9th convention is popular for former central office staff. We have Nick Strelke, Graham Davis, and Luke Bombach also attending their 9th conventions. We have Michael Brett, new member of the Executive Council, and Matthew Bessey. Listen to your mother. 10th convention, Matt Albert. Thank you, Matt. 11th convention, Jeff Manser. Dennis Mariani, who is the advisory board chair for hopefully soon to be Alpha Epsilon at the University of Michigan. And my elder child, Ashton Bessey. 14, Max Rubin. Thanks for being here. Number 15 for Skylar Winan. Number 17, we have 3 attending their 17th convention. Brady Alberg, Todd Fouts, whose son Evan is the number 1 at Zeta Delta. How nice for that family connection to be made. And Meg Bessey. Love you, babe. 18th conventions for Paul Braswell and Alice Glover. 19th convention for Todd Falls and Hannah Dewing, who I need to get to come down off the rafters and calm down a little bit, Hannah. 20th convention for Harold Arnwine. Butch, glad to have you here. 22nd convention for Lathrop Nelson. There he is right there. Let's see, who else? 23rd convention for Ryan Alberg. I could not have better company with me for 26 conventions. Joining me, Mary Dewing and Ann Skank. I can't do better than that. Now we're getting to the old guys. Dr. John Austell, 28. 2 at 30 conventions, Andy Dewing and Dr. Dan Alberg. 38, we have 2 celebrating 38 conventions, Steve Barber and Donald Beeson. Steve Crow, 43 conventions. And finally, we have Bill Hattendorf, 52 conventions. It's more fun in person, but thank you all for attending. Whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, or you're participating via the Ulimi platform, we're really glad you're here. We appreciate you coming back and being a part of the convention. And we hope, whether it's your first or your 52nd, I hope you come back many more times and make the Chi Psi convention part of your annual routine.